What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's developer update. Today is going to be February 27th, 2022. I'm going to kick this off announcing the winners for our third ErgoHack event. We had a lot of great builds. The judges got back to me. The first place winner is going to be the first team that worked on stealth addresses. Now, they did a very good job integrating their build into the mixer. And what that does is allows people to disrupt the flow of funds on the blockchain and then withdraw without disclosing who the ultimate receiving address is. That's a pretty powerful privacy tool. And as the mixer becomes more standardized and integrated into different wallets and applications, that's going to be a powerful tool to provide privacy. Now, they also did a really good job providing thorough documentation. And that makes a big difference because when you're building an open source tool, you're kind of clearing the way with the expectation that people are going to continue your work. They may change your work a little bit. And documentation is a good way for you to educate those who come after you. So, stealth address team number 1, congratulations. So, for our second place winner, what is that? Silver medal. That's going to be Safe Wallet. Safe Wallet did a really good job integrating the mixer into their browser-based wallet. And they also pulled Ledger into their wallet. Now, Safe Wallet is a great browser-based wallet. It was made by the developer haileypdll. Congratulations, you did a good job. It's a solid build. And I'm sure people have been using it with, the new wallets that have been coming in. Now, I will say that the Ledger build did get a little delayed. There's a reason behind that. The team that we work with, Tesseract, is Ukrainian, and the last week they have been getting their family away from conflict. So there's been a little bit of delay in the last patch that we want to see from them, but all things considered, I'm just glad their family's safe. I did hear from Daniel, who is one of our devs there, and it looks like his parents got across the border last night, so I'm glad to see that. I know that the community has been waiting for Ledger a long time. If there's any reason to wait more, that's it. I can't complain. I hope everybody out there can understand that when it comes to priorities in life, security is important, but family's everything. And for the third place winner, that's going to be Nautilus Wallet. They did a Ledger integration as well, and also did some kind of crossover, helping other wallets pull the Ledger build into that's what they were putting together. So I believe at the end of the hackathon, Safe Wallet, Nautilus, and Satergo, who is going to be my first pick for bringing security. And so I was going to give out a $1,000 prize. I'm going to give that to Satergo Wallet. That's run by the developer Mutoshi on Discord and Adberg on Telegram. So congratulations, buddy. Good job. Now for my other two, I want to give one of my $100 prizes to ErgoDNS. They did a great job showing up and building. As some of you are aware, the project ADA handle is going to be building on top of Ergo, and that news dropped right before the hackathon. And they may have felt a little bit rugged, but they showed up and they did a good job, and I respect that. I reached out to them. I'd like to help them as I'd like to help ADA handle. Anybody that comes into the Ergo ecosystem and is willing to build open source software can consider me on their team. So if you want to try to work together with other projects, if you need some perhaps assistance with development, I'd be happy to try to accommodate that. So congratulations, ErgoDNS. The last prize is going to go to GwapSwap. Now, GwapSwap is a pretty interesting project. It allows miners to participate in DeFi by using proxy contracts from ErgoDex to create automatic swaps. Now, one of the reasons why I chose them is because we had ErgoLend, which is now rebranding into what they call DeCo, which basically took people that were new to blockchain, kind of educated them on basic concepts, took them through kind of the kindergarten and elementary school of development, and then, are slowly built up their experience with building with ErgoScript. So in a matter of 12 weeks, the GwapSwap team went from pretty green to actually participating in the hackathon and putting together a framework. And I have to respect that kind of commitment from the little guy. So congratulations, GwapSwap. You're going to be my $100 in Erg winner. Please reach out to me, Mutoshi, ErgoDNS, and GwapSwap. Thanks for participating. Now let's hop into the weekly update. So I'm going to start this week with Satergo's update. Adberg sent me a message on Telegram, so it's on my phone. It looks like since the last update, he's been working on refactoring the application and has managed to reduce the size by half from 100 megabytes to 50 megabytes. He's added some additional security features, particularly password on spending. As I mentioned earlier, he did finish the ledger support. We're waiting for that application to get pay to script functionality, so you can interact with ErgoDex from ledger. It looks like the new update is going to have transaction history. It's going to have viewing image NFTs, and it's got a feature to interact with a local node if you're running a node and Satergo wallet on the same PC. And it looks like he's also added token icons for the various tokens that you may hold in the wallet. We hear from Greenhat. It looks like one of the sigmaverse devs is wrapping up the distributed signature pull request. On Greenhat's side, he's working on the Oracle v2 implementation into the Oracle core. That certainly will overlap well with Project Delphi from ErgoHack, that is putting together a framework for community Oracle pool operators. And I do think that as Oracle Pool v2 fully rolls out in sigmaverse, we're going to see that start to take off. Looks like we're getting the core infrastructure and the community infrastructure in place. Looks like he's drafted the UTXO proof workflow for the SPV client. And it looks like he's still hunting for a bug in his work. I hope you find it. Next, we hear from haileypdll, the winner of ErgoHack 3. It looks like he's integrating a transaction builder into Safe Wallet, and that will be released with the 0.4 version. A transaction builder will certainly be great for developers to start playing with, and hopefully users will get the experience to use that feature as well in the future. Next, we hear from Dmitry Usov. He is one of our front-end developers that works on a lot of the core infrastructure. It looks like the Explorer upgrade is continuing to get a few new bells and whistles, and hopefully he'll deploy that upgrade this week. He's also been working on sigmaverse, and there is a Twitter account for that now. Looks like a community member took over some of the, let's say, community marketing aspect of Sigmaverse. That was really nice to see. I did get a couple of questions. Is this real? And yeah, it's real. So it looks like they are working on an admin panel for Sigmaverse that allows the community interaction. And he's started development of the new design. So I'm sure everybody's looking forward to the Sigmaverse getting a makeover just like the Explorer just did. That's really looking nice. Next we hear from Morphic. It looks like he's working on scorex, working towards the 5.0 update. I do get questions every once in a while, what is this 5.0 update? Basically it allows us to run scripts faster, and it also is an upgrade in terms of how block space is estimated, which allows for more efficient packing of transactions into blocks. It looks like he's also been working on the appkit. He was one of the judges in ErgoHack 3, so I know he spent some time reviewing everybody's work and writing some feedback. It looks like he's also working with multiple devs. He's done a really good job of that, working with a couple of different projects in the ecosystem, giving guidance to developers, so great job, Morphic. Next we hear from Jay, the Real Ergo God. That's the project manager of the Night Owl Casino. It looks like they are building a working swap contract, and they are also working on integrating with Nautilus wallet. It looks like the front-end code base has been restructured. They've developed the UI for the swap page. They've developed the UI for the coin flip game. And they are taking a look into Chakra UI. It looks like they have working mock-ups for 4 games that the casino is going to launch. And they have finished competitive analysis and are working on a blog to release to the community. So everybody that's interested, keep your eyes open. We got a blog on the way. Next we hear from MrStahlfelge. I've been getting some crap because I can't pronounce his name right, so I'm just going to call him VW, because apparently Stahlfelge means steel rim. So steel rims on his Volkswagen. So Mr. VW. Looks like the wallet app got an upgrade, 1.6.2205. That's been rolled out into Google Play. We're having a little bit of issues with the iOS rollout. That's kind of on my end, actually. In order to have an official Apple Store application, you need a DUNS number, which is a application that the Ergo Foundation is going to fill out. Now, in order to get a application complete, you have to have banking information, which is something that we are wrapping up. That's kind of a slow process, but I do hope that as soon as that's done, I'm going to get the DUNS number, and Mr. VW is going to get his mobile wallet in the Apple Play Store. It looks like he's added support for import-export of the extended public key. He's integrated Greenhat's fix for the BIP key, and he's begun to implement a lot of improvements for token and NFT issuers. It looks like you'll be able to view details, prices, and have token verification from a mobile wallet. That's really great to see. So hopefully, as skyharbor, one of the applicants of ErgoHack 3, which is a NFT application, hopefully that really brings them the tooling they need to really improve the NFT experience on Ergo. I guess we're supposed to call them ENFTs now. I'll try to remember that. It looks like with the appkit core, he's worked on the not enough coins for changebox error. That is a error that tends to pop up every once in a while. It also looks like he's made a new Ergo improvement protocol for transaction messages. I'm gonna have to take a look into that because I haven't had time to. And it also looks like there has been a couple of changes to Ergo improvement protocol number 3 by 2 other wallet developers. Next, we hear from Kushti. He's been working on the node development, reviewing and assembling reference client 4.0.24. Looks like he's also been working on EIP27. He's fixed the wallet balance API method and payments to reflect the reemissions tokens. And it looks like he's going to be deploying it on testnet. Now, those of you that say, I thought he was already working on it, he was. We have DevNet. So hopefully, things are solid enough on DevNet. It moves to testnet. We try to play with it. And if all is good and the vote passes, that rolls out to mainnet. It looks like the activation details are still under considerations. It looks like there's also going to be some accompanying documentation. I haven't really spoken much on EIP27 because, well, I'd like to see the documentation first so I know what I'm talking about. In other matters, we've been working on a bridge design that is ergo-centric. Pretty exciting build. I think more details will come. That's still in the framework stage, but I've taken a look and I really like how it is coming together. Looks like he's also been reviewing other stuff. It was scalahub who dropped an update in terms of verifying schnorr signatures in ErgoScript. I believe that was this week. Please take a look. Next, we hear from davidcodes. It looks like he has a question about the scanner on top of the node. He's looking at an Ergo node. There are some scanner endpoints. Similar to the repo below is the logic of Ergo Platform Scanner, now part of Ergo Platform, the node itself. The scanner is working with the external node. The logic is similar. It has a better database and support for apps. And it looks like Code for Us is going to elaborate more at some point. Alright, next we hear from SoCool. It looks like he's updated some of the charts that he's put together at jimmyhoffa.github.io. So those of you that are curious, Jimmy Hoffa is not dead. He's joined the Ergo development team. I believe he also has a site that he's been working on that has multiple tokens that are listed, different pairs that are charted. Pretty nice. Nice to see that kind of visual development. I do believe that's something that traders are really going to benefit from. And it's been nice to watch ErgoDex kind of evolve from a simple AMM UI to getting more bells and whistles on their UI. Next we hear from Captain Nemo. It looks like the token price rates have been pulled in to Nautilus wallet from what Jimmy Hoffa has been putting together. He's added the custom currency conversion, which allows you to change the base setting of the different tokens that you have in your wallet. So if you don't think in dollars, you don't have to. You can think in, hopefully your native currency is supported. He's refactored EIP12. Basically that has to do with how dApps call wallets. I do believe when Nautilus wallet first came out, you had to only run Nautilus wallet because it used the same call to connect with dApps. And now there is an update that allows you to switch wallets, so you don't have to run only one if you don't want to. Looks like he's also working on chain transactions. That I believe is going to be in the next build. Next we hear from Luivatra. who's been working on the staking contract for ErgoPad. It looks like they've been reviewed. Looks like he's found a couple small significant issues that he's been working on fixing, and then is going to go through a final review process. The Python backend is done and has been tested. It looks like the front end by noob 777777, probably too many sevens, for staking has been done and tested. And it looks like for now staking depends on the DApp connector, but they're working on integrating ErgoPay as an alternative. And it looks like he's also investigating building Python bindings for Sigma Rust. That would be pretty cool. Next we hear from Kai. For ErgoLend, there's ongoing research into pool lending. He's started the SigUSD single lender lend scenario. DeCo, which was previously ErgoLearn, which is a group that was put together by a couple of community members that basically works on onboarding and teaching people about Ergo and ErgoScript. Had their first graduation. That was actually today. I had the honor of, watching their presentations, and there were some big ideas there. I was really proud to see that spring up from the community. That's something that I certainly would like to support, and grow. That type of educational framework is really invaluable as we're just starting to really push, a lot of these open source tools and explore what Ergo is capable of. Now there were 3 presentations. One was from GwapSwap, one was from Schrodinger's cat, and one was regarding collateralized lending. They were all very interesting. I think there might be a video of that later. I'm not sure if they're going to release that or not, so don't hold me to that. But it would be nice to just show off what everyone did. That's 12 weeks of learning about Ergo and ErgoScript, and what came out of it was really impressive. Next we hear from Josinek, who's been working on the Sigma State interpreter. Looks like we have one poll that's ready to be merged, and then a couple of issues that are brought up. Next we hear from Quokka, who's, I believe, working on skyharbor, which is a NFT marketplace that is coming out and hopefully getting some competition with the auction house. It would be nice to see some parallel updates, upgrades, and expansion to our NFT ecosystem. The marketplace for smart contracts has been finished. It looks like they're working on the sales processor that scans smart contracts and displays them a lot faster. Looks like that allows more data, which previous sale prices, volume of sales, and artist verification. That's something that's pretty important in the NFT space. Not only making sure you're not buying something that's fake, but also having some previous data to pull from to know what's popular, what prices may be a good deal or not. And it looks like the smart contracts for mass minting of NFTs are underway as well. And that will include the royalty feature and hopefully a new standard for mint addresses. That's really great to see. I think Skyharbor might just kick off a little NFT boom on Ergo. Let's see. Next we hear from scalahub. He's been working on the fee payment issue for the new mixing protocol. Basically, when Ergo came out, the first application was the mixer. For ErgoHack 3, even though he wasn't necessarily a participant, I guess we got an update for the new mixing protocol that is more non-interactive than the first one. Basically, you don't have to be online to participate. I think personally that second protocol, if it can be refactored and plugged into the mobile wallet or the browser-based wallet, is going to be pretty huge. Really excited to see where that goes. Also looks like he made the post about verification of schnorr signatures. He made the post about the off-chain bank using AVL trees. And he's also working on the Dexy stablecoin enhancement. Basically, scalahub is, let's just call him our chief R&D guy at Ergo. Every once in a while he pops up, and when he drops something, it's usually huge, and there's a lot of review and engineering, and the application potential of a lot of what he pushes out is just huge. So always happy to hear from him. Those of you that are curious, we do have ergoforum.org that's been around since the beginning of Ergo. There's a lot of content, conversations, and some things that have been designed but not implemented yet. So if you want to take a look, maybe build something out, it's a good place to start. Ilya from ErgoDex is working on the ErgoDex scaling solution. The new Explorer instance is set up, so there's more redundancy with the Explorers in our ecosystem. He's testing the ErgoDex backlog with fee auctions. Looks like the core update has been slippage preventage and adaptive price charts. On the front end, he's working on pool creation and price charts. And the research has been the stable pool implementation in ErgoScript, and it looks like they're looking into Halo 2. Next we hear from Rob from GetBlok. It looks like Cheese Enthusiast is doing the final testing for the proof of vote mechanism. He started laying down base work for subpooling. He's doing some research and development into future smart contract pooling solutions and continuing upgrades for the smart pool. He's laying the groundwork for increased stats to show the UI, and he got invited to be a teacher at DeCo, which is ErgoLearn, our new educational framework. I'm looking forward to having Cheese Enthusiast as a teacher there. Not only by all accounts is he a great guy, great dev, but his name is easy to pronounce and I understand it. Next we hear from All Cloudy. He's working on the UI scalability. He's planning development of a server to Australia, so our Australian miners are going to get good ping times. He's finalizing the India region readiness, so GetBlok is really doing a good job at getting on servers globally, and I think that's a pretty huge thing for miners. Gives them a little bit of an advantage, but sometimes that little bit makes a difference. Looks like they're also working on their UI update, improving the responsiveness of their front end and starting to tie it to their back end. Rob has discussed some concept with Cheese Enthusiast on future use cases for subpooling. They're working with Christoph Ergo on NFT collaboration. It looks like they're going to have the first mineable NFTs, which is going to be the Win Lambo series as well as the Blockhead NFT series. They did do a video for the Ergo Summit. If you haven't seen that, please check it out. Looks like they're preparing documentation for legal opinion in terms of where their legal guardrails are for future use cases of themselves as a pool. I'm really curious to get together with Rob and see what the limitations are and how we can assist them. Next we hear from MG from Ergo Sapiens. It looks like they have integrated ErgoPay, which will allow users to purchase NFTs from their mobile wallets. Looks like they're also putting together a new minting program in Python, which is more efficient. And they've made it open source, so anybody can use it. Hope people look into it and contribute. They spend a lot of time on documentation. And as I said earlier, in an open source ecosystem, documentation is really important. You know, developers love good documentation. If you want other people to take your tools, use them, improve them, documentation is probably the best way to facilitate that. So if you have time, guys, documentation matters. It's important. Looks like they're going to do some alpha testing of ErgoPay on their Discord. If you're willing to participate, please join. Next we hear from Anon Real. It looks like the solution for some thumbnail images and faster fetching in the auction house is done. The final testings are underway. It looks like they have implemented a mass minting tool and planning to release it with a new update of the UI, which includes back-end integration. They did start a Twitter account. This was another thing. I got a couple messages. There's an auction house Twitter account. Is this real? It's the real deal. So they've put more progress for Ergo Team as well, which is a separate application that they're putting together. And it looks like they're also looking into the tokenomics of Paideia, which is very similar to Ergo Team, but is going to be built by the ErgoPad crew. I believe they're going to primarily build it in Python. So that's really exciting. Not only are we going to have 2 NFT auction houses, we're going to have 2 DAO frameworks in the near future. So that's something to watch. That certainly is going to give the community a little bit more power in terms of how they can collaborate, work together, and drive the evolution and adoption of the ecosystem. It's really nice to see that. We got an update from GwapSwap. They were able to swap from the proxy contract with ErgoDex, and they have the transaction ID to show it. So great job, GwapSwap. It's a really nice tool for miners. Basically, it allows them to mine, interact with DeFi, and avoid taxable events. Having that open source framework, I think there might be some pools in our ecosystem that are open and interested to give miners that ability. So you can mine, you know, other tokens in the Ergo ecosystem. It looks like last but not least, we have an update from Ginny D, the CEO of Ergo Platform. No affiliation with Ergo Foundation, but you'll always see her on the social channels. She dropped a nice picture of 2022 so far. I think if anything, I'm the little kid in the life jacket, you know? Stay safe out there, everyone. Have a good week, and I hope to catch you next time. Thanks for watching.